Hey YouTube, what's up guys? I have been doing a little more on first version versus second version. I got tongue tied there for a second. Couldn't think about what I was gonna say. Alright. I had a crazy thought. Even on a windy day I had a crazy thought. Okay? I was like, man, you know what? You gotta do a different video. You gotta find something different that no one's found yet. So I was thinking, whoa, I got two bugs, two transmitters. I bet if you know, some toy drones will fly on the same transmitter. So like you could, if you can get both of these batteries plugged in at the same time, when you turn your transmitter on, she will fly both of them. She will, no joke. Give it a shot if you have two of the same drones. You have to get them right on at the same time. So I tried to do that. I did. I got them all on at the same time. They sang exactly. Okay. Sorry about that. That was my Phantom controller. I turned it on to try to let the transmitter battery drain down. After so long, she'll beep. Something new I just learned again. So I tried to bind both of them to one transmitter. And I had them both hooked up at the same time. But I want to show you this, okay? This is the one that goes with this guy. So we turn it on. And hook up the battery. I'll calibrate it. I'm not going to start motors because I don't want it to flip over and tear nothing up. So you'll see the lights. You see I'm blinking, so that's a telltale sign that this is connected and there's no beeping or nothing like that, okay? So I was like, alright, you can't bind two together, so let's see if it's that much of a difference that we can't bind version 2 to version 1 transmitter. So you hold your red button if you don't know, and turn your power button on, and she'll do that until you plug in the quad. Okay, ready? You see that, guys? And she'll work sometimes. So there, you cannot even bind a version 1 transmitter to a version 2 board. It just doesn't work, okay? So let's turn that off and unplug this, alright? And let's turn on its transmitter that goes with it and plug in the quad. You see? Blinking. Because we have to bind it again, okay? So if you can honestly just leave it on just like that, turn your transmitter off, press and hold, and bound. And not beeping or anything like that, okay? So, just to do it, okay, version 2, we're gonna remove off the table. Version 1, okay, with version 2 transmitter. You see? Plug in the quad. And same response. Like, see, I can get it to blink the lights sometimes. And you hear it just constantly beeping, so there's no way I would start the props because it would just take off or do something crazy where it's intermittent signals like that. So let's turn that off because that's annoying. And then we'll go back to version 1 transmitter. Okay, we'll turn on the transmitter and we'll plug in the quad. Nope. You see? Because we have to bind again. Once you try to bind it to something else, and make sure you always calibrate once you redo that. Make sure in rate 2 and just give it a nice little bind a couple times. Okay? That helps you out. So drone pull. There is another thing. I'm uploading a video now for you, buddy. A response for version 1 or version 2. I opened it up and got a real good close shot of the boards. That way you can decipher it yourself. So guys, that's another issue that goes to show you. Not that it's a big deal, but it's something that I stumbled across and I just thought I would share with everyone. Because, okay, if you have a Bugs 3 version 1, right? Something, say perhaps you wreck it and it pierces through this cover and smashes the board, you're going to go online and try to get a board. Well, I'm trying to prevent you from having a flyaway or possibly hurting you or your children. Okay? So that's what I'm doing this for. Most people's like, so big deal. It's just you got 2 bugs. Wow. It's not that. It's not nowhere near that. I'm just want to make this safe for people, because if you have to order a board and put it in it, you clearly see if you get a version 2 board, it's not going to work. So that's what I'm trying to say. And vice versa, if you have a version 1, you don't want to get a version 2, or if you have a version 2, you don't want to get a version 1, because it's going to do the same thing to you. So that's why I try this little crazy stuff that I do. And that's what I think we're here to do. I think that's what YouTube was meant to be, you know, for doing things like that. We get to try it and find out the ups and downs, the pros, the cons, and let everyone out there else know, because you don't want a child getting a hold of this and it being something like that, and it's just you know, he's reading a book and he's binding everything or whatnot, and it's happened. I've seen it was a couple of videos. It may not have been a couple, but I know I've seen one where they've sent them the quad and literally the transmitter was doing the same thing, and obviously that was the problem. So I don't know, it's just something where it's been cold outside, real windy, can't fly, you got to mess with the drones. If you love the hobby, it's crack. I mean, it's no other way to do it. I don't do crack. I'm just saying it's the epidemic you see in our world nowadays. So it's just like that, dude. It's like you have to do something. So that's what I do. So I'm like, okay. So like I said, I had the thought, if I could fly 2 bugs with 1 transmitter, tell me that wouldn't have been a hell of a video. It would have. So I'm thinking if you have 2 version 2s or 2 version 1s, I'm almost believing you could probably bind them together. Don't hold me to it. Don't do it and chop your fingers off or something. Blame me for it. If you have the version, if you know what versions you have, give it a shot. I bet you it'd be cool. Just space them apart and stand back. Be safe. You know, don't hurt no one or yourself. And do it and put it on video. I'd like to see it. I think it's pretty cool. So, alright guys. Like I said, that's just why I do these things. Not beating the Bugs 3 up, because I love these quads. I love them. I don't give a damn this thing doesn't up and down or not. It's still a blast, dude. It's like out of this world. This won't be around for a long time. Big Drone Flyer, shout out to Donnie. How you doing, buddy? He said that the Drocon version 2 hovered absolutely beautiful. So it just goes to show you, MJX, you let someone jump in front of you, buddy. Or it could just be this guy hit the ground. That's why I said. So I joke around, like when I comment and say MJX needs a butt whooping and all that. That's just me, me being me. I don't hold none of them responsible for it, because if I've took them both out the box with none of them hitting the ground and tried it, then that would be a fair shake on MJX's behalf. Smashing it in the ground 20 plus times, you can't even compare that to even coming close to blaming them. So it's just something I'm doing just because I have 2 of the same ones and I like to compare the differences. And like I said, the version 1 and version 2, there is a big difference, and I believe there's a version 3 out there. Honestly, this could be a version 3. I don't know. That's what I'm hoping someone else would know by looking at those boards and be able to tell me, because this guy did get bought later on. So it could very well be a V3 or a V2. I know it's not a V1 because I know for a fact, just as much as I know my social security number and my driver's license number, that this is a version 1 because I got this bad boy when they first come out. Not when they first come out, but when, you know, the first batches of them, but where they everyone had the bugs laid, you know, through back and balled them all up, and I got it later on after I saw what was good with it. I always wait to see the bugs on it. I like to see the big guys get it first, the one that do the reviews. You guys know who you are. I like to see you guys do it first because then that lets me know. Like Drone Worship, shout out to Dan. Hey buddy. That's the Solo. I bought the Solo basically because of you, and I'm gonna get the Ghost Drone, and due to you and Captain Cook. Hey buddy, Neil, what's up going on, buddy? I want to get the Ghost Drone due to you guys. So yeah, I mean, you have to look at these guys' channels, and please go there and subscribe and click the bell because they do put new drone videos out, and yeah, it's just, that's where you get your info from. So I'm gonna close this one up. Thank you guys for stopping by, and you saw right in front of your own eyes just as well as I did when I tried it. There is a difference. Thank you for watching.